And we are back. NFL Power Rankings, Week 16 edition. Starting us off at number 32, we have the 2-12 Raiders staying the same. They ended up putting up a goose egg against the Eagles, losing 31-0, with Kenny Pickett, their backup, being their quarterback for that game. They just suck. They suck. We've seen it, putting up a goose egg there. This team just look towards the draft, I guess, because there's not much promise going on anywhere else. 31, we have the Titans, 2-12, staying the same. They ended up losing as well. 37-24 to the 49ers. They weren't out of it, but it was also very tough for them to win that game. You could tell the whole time. They just weren't able to really get much going. They ended up losing. They actually are in a good spot, in my opinion, though. I do think they are only going to get better, come next year, because they're starting to look good here at the late end of the season. So who knows? Maybe next year, with a good draft, a good free agency, they could, be a, I wouldn't say competitive team, but definitely, they could take that step up to probably like the 7-win range, 6 maybe. Who knows? Number 30, we have the Jets, 3-11, staying the same. You ended up losing as well. You lost pretty badly as well. You kind of noticed a trend here with the bottom tier teams, 48-20. It was just from the get-go was not competitive whatsoever. I mean, you guys are in a very similar spot, I think, with the team like the Titans, except where I do think you guys can be competitive. You just need that quarterback. You don't have that quarterback. You haven't had that quarterback for a while. You have a pretty good team. We'll just see if you're able to do anything with it. Allen Lazard, I believe, just got released. I don't know if he got released. I know he definitely asked for it. I don't know if the Jets have granted it yet, but I do know he asked for it. So one less player on your team. Granted, in my opinion, he's a wide receiver free on most, if not all teams. So you're not really missing too much. 29, we have the Giants, 2-12, staying the same. You guys ended up losing to the Commanders, a game I actually thought you guys were going to win. Jackson Dart didn't look terrible. You guys didn't look terrible, but 29-21, you guys did lose. Tried to pull off a late game comeback, but fell just short. I really don't care about you guys. I think you're a really good team, actually, really young. So I think this is just a lost year. You're going to be looking towards next year where you'll have Jackson Dart in year 2 with a year under his belt. You have Malik Neighbors coming back, Cam Scatteraboo coming back. I mean, that's when I think you guys will really take off. 28, we have the Browns, 3-11, staying the same. Also just not competitive. You guys stunk it up, losing to the Bears 31-3. Shedeur Sanders, it looks like he is going to be a decent quarterback. He's playing good with what he has, but that being said, he doesn't have a lot, and he's going against tough teams. So I don't think I'm willing to say he's a good quarterback. I don't think I'm willing to say he's a bad quarterback yet. He's unknown. If I was the Browns personally, I'd probably roll with the quarterbacks you guys have for another year, see if any of the two can develop, but I'm not counting on it. So, depending on what pick you get, which at the moment it's looking pretty good, depending on what the teams ahead of you do. If a quarterback falls to you, you definitely should take it. I wouldn't trade up for it, though. But, just get a quarterback, and I think you'll be set, but it doesn't look like you have one right now. Maybe they turn into one. Not counting on it. 27, we got the Cardinals, 3-11, down 2 spots. You guys lose yet another game. This time to the Texans, 40-20. Starting to look more and more like Jacoby Brissett is not the answer. Kyler Murray has been officially said to be done for the year. This was just a bad year for you guys. You're really hoping Marvin Harrison would take that next step up due to the kind of injuries he had. He's looked better as of late, but still hasn't, become that 4th overall pick you guys would have liked. Obviously, your quarterback situation's up in the air. You got, your running backs, both of them, you're starting 2 injured for the year. So it's just a tough spot for you guys. We'll see if you're able to turn, anything around, but you're out of the playoffs. I don't know where you pick in the draft. It's kind of a cluster with all these teams right now, so we'll see what ends up happening. So, just not really a good spot for you guys. 26, we got the Commanders, 4-10, up a spot. Good win over the Giants, 29-21. You led for most of that game. They did try and come back, though, but you held them off. Jaden Daniels has officially been ruled out for the rest of the year, so that definitely sucks for Commanders fans and me. I bought free jerseys this year. Patrick Mahomes, out for the year. Jaden Daniels, out for the year. Ladd McConkey, he is not doing very well, so I don't know if I'll ever buy a jersey again. But you guys actually look pretty good. We'll see if you're able to ride that momentum. Obviously, I keep saying that for every team, win or loss. But you guys look good. Definitely sucks that you guys aren't going to be in the playoffs because you definitely have the team to do it, wasting kind of your rookie quarterback contract. But with that being said, he's injured, so you can't really fault him there. So, yeah, we'll just probably accept this was a bad year for you guys and move on to next year where you'll hopefully be able to get better. 25, we got the Saints, 4-10, up a spot. They get a good win. Back-to-back division wins as well. First the Buccaneers, now the Panthers. And they've looked good. Tyler Shuck, I mean, he definitely drew a flag on that, final little play where he had to slide down. But he's looked good. They might have their guy, and that's really good for the Saints because they are going to be having most likely a top pick, and not having to waste it on a quarterback or think about trading up for a quarterback is going to be really good for you guys, especially with your team and your nursery home with Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, Alvin Kamara. Like, you are an old team, so if you can get these big hits on these young guys, you'll be in a great spot. We'll see probably how the draft goes because your season's over, but you're definitely looking really bright. So if I'm a Saints fan, I'd definitely be excited for next year. 24, we got the Bengals, 4-10, down a spot. Ooh, putting up a goose egg. That high-power offense, granted without T. Higgins, but that shouldn't have mattered that much. Putting up a goose egg, 24-0 against the Ravens. Yikes. Joe Burrow just didn't look good, plain and simple. I mean, he addressed it. He did not look good. He says, he's saying it, so there's a lot of discourse there between the players, the coaches, the fans. Everyone is, not in a good spot right now. We'll see what happens. I would expect this to be Zach Taylor's final season as the head coach, but people have been saying that for a few years now, and it hasn't happened. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. I know there's rumors about that. I personally don't think either of them are going to go anywhere, so I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. But, I mean, if the right offer's there, then, there's always going to be a chance. No one's untouchable. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the offseason. I definitely think they are one of the top teams to watch during that, free agency draft area. So, yeah. 23, we have the Chiefs, who are going down 4 spots, 6-8. As I mentioned, Mahomes suffers the torn ACL. He is out for the year. Heartbreaking for them. They do miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014, back when Alex Smith was their quarterback. Yeah, it just sucks to be them. I mean, this was a team that's, been good for years, and they've kept their talent. The issue with that is, eventually they're like the Saints. You keep this talent around. They're great when they're young, but they're up there now. So they're definitely, taking that step down. We'll see what happens. I mean, are they going to clean house, or are they going to try and, rebuild and reload within, that one off season? Mahomes could miss some time into the 2026 season. It's going to be around September, I think, is the projection for him to come back. So right around when the season will start, we'll see if he actually makes it back in time. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy to say that the Chiefs aren't in the playoffs, but I mean, they have an offseason to look forward to. We'll see what they can do. A lot of probably difficult names to be like, okay, it might be time to move on from. Can't even scroll. Number 22, we have Miami Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins, I don't think are eliminated yet. They're 6-8 down a spot. I think they can technically still make it due to tiebreakers, but they would need to win out and a few teams to lose out. So yeah, it just sucks for them as well, because this was a team that started off really not great. They turned it around, and it's just not going to matter at all, eventually. And that's what sucks for them. I do think this team is very good. I do think their big issue is their quarterback not being able to play in the cold weather. And your season is like I said, I don't think it's technically over, but you're going to need a miracle to happen. I don't believe you guys are going to get a miracle. So, unfortunately for you guys, I'm willing to say your season is over. 21, we got the Dirty Birds getting a good win over the Buccaneers on Thursday night. Up 3 spots. Now, you are eliminated from the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. But, or no, technically you guys aren't. You could technically make it win your division. Now, it's very unlikely, I believe. I think you're still possible. I think it's, oh no, you guys are out. Because the Panthers and the Buccaneers still play each other twice. So, yeah, you are out, unfortunately. But, yeah, you looked good. You played good. I would definitely be excited for this team come next year. We'll see if they're able to, branch off this late season success they had. Obviously, great win over the Buccaneers. We'll see, how many players stick around on this team, though. Number 20, we got them boys. Number 19, we got the Vikings. The Cowboys, they're going to be going down 3 spots, 6-7-1. Vikings 6-8, up 3 spots. Now, the Cowboys still have the path to the playoffs. Their only path is going to be winning their division. They're going to need the Eagles to lose out and them to win out. So, the Cowboys aren't making it. The Vikings already eliminated, but they've looked really good these last 2 games. First against the Commanders, now against the Cowboys. Maybe it was just, they needed that. J.J. McCarthy just needed a lot of time to get used to it because he is looking really good so far. This is going to create some quarterback controversy, though. With, them like, oh, we're definitely going to be taking a quarterback. We should move on from McCarthy. Maybe not now. I think you give him another year because he's looking really good. I don't think it's right to move on from him after this little stretch he's having. So we'll see if you're able to ride off it. Cowboys, you played well, just weren't able to get the win. Playoff hope's pretty much all but over now, so yeah. 18, we got the Panthers. They're going to be down 2 spots. Losing against the Saints is heartbreaking. You're in a really good spot, though, even with that loss. You and the Buccaneers still play each other twice. Pretty much, if I'm the Panthers, if I'm the Buccaneers, I'm looking at that Week 16 game that we're, this week, and then the Week 18 one. That Week 17 game, I would not worry about at all. I'd be solely focusing on these Week 18 games. Because if you sweep the other, you're in the playoffs no matter what. No matter what that Week 17 game is. For the Panthers, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're looking ahead. They slip up here. Maybe the Buccaneers have been doing that as well. They've realized the severity of, we could just beat the Panthers twice and we're in. So we'll see what the Panthers can do. Heartbreaking loss there against a team you probably should have beat, but you didn't. And yeah. Number 17, we have the Colts, 8-6, down 3 spots. Your defense played amazing. Your offense, well, Philip Rivers played how we expected him to. He's not that guy anymore, but he is a serviceable game manager guy who might be able to lead you guys to a good season. Playoffs is definitely a stretch at this point, but we'll see if you are able to make it. But yeah, your defense played amazing, allowing the Seahawks to only score 18 points. Unfortunately for you guys, only 16, lost by a game-losing field goal by them. So yeah, you look good. We'll see if you're able to score more offensive points, though, because your defense did amazing. Moving on to the top half, we have the Ravens at 16 of 4 spots. A great shutout, 24-0 win over the Bengals. You guys keeping alive in that division race with the Steelers. That's your only path in. You technically could make it in the wild card as a 7 seed, but let's be honest, probably not going to happen. And yeah, I think you guys definitely are in a good spot. You're playing well with the with the season being in the late form. We'll see if that's enough to get you in. Obviously, you do have a pretty tough schedule, having to play Green Bay and Pittsburgh still. I don't know who your other team is. I'm sorry. But actually, we're about to find out. I'll quickly check. It is the... Where's the Ravens at on this list? The Patriots. Yeah, you guys definitely have a tough, 3-week stretch, all winning records. We'll see what can happen, though. Definitely, I'm not counting this team out, though. 15, we have the Buccaneers staying the same. Good loss over the Falcons. You shouldn't have lost that one. You gave it away. It's fine, though. You're in a great spot for your division. Win the 2 games against the Panthers, you're in. Because looking at the wild card, you technically could make it in the wild card still, but you technically couldn't. Because if you lose one game, you can't make the wild card. And you technically can't make it because it's either when you have to win your division with those Panthers games, or because if you lose, then you'd lose the division lead and the wild card. It's complicated, but basically your division's your only path at this point. You definitely have the team to do it. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is the same team that's done it the past 3 years. They always seem to barely squeak in by winning their division. But then come the actual playoffs, I mean, they look like a scary team. So, number 14, we have the Steelers up 4 spots. Great win over the Dolphins. Keep your playoff hopes not only just alive, but in great shape. 8-6, pretty much eliminating the Dolphins' playoff hopes now. Yeah, you guys look good. Very slow first half, very dominant second half. You got a tough matchup against the Lions. We'll see if your defense is able to do what they did against the Dolphins and play dominantly. And yeah, I mean, you could, do me as a Packers fan a really big favor and pretty much knock the Lions out of the playoffs. Speaking of, number 13, here they are, 8-6. Losing to the Rams 41-34. Just very unfortunate for you guys. You actually played really well. Just the better team won. You guys should have played just a tad bit better. You now are, facing elimination. Both the division and the wild card. You need to win out, and your best bet is Green Bay or Chicago. Whoever pretty much loses this upcoming game between the two, you're hoping loses one more. Granted, with the Bears, you can control your destiny if the Packers win by Week 18 if you just win out. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, this is a big talking point, going from the 1 seed to potentially both 1 seeds last year not even making the playoffs. Obviously, the Chiefs already eliminated. Detroit could be eliminated this week. So, yeah. Number 12, we have Philly up a spot. Great win over the Raiders. I'm not going to talk about this too much. It was just dominant from start to finish. You played the Raiders. That's my stance on it. Number 11, we have the Texans going up a spot. Great win over the Cardinals, 40-20. I mean, you played well start to finish, and you won because of it. I do think this team now is in a very good chance to win their division. I mean, you are looking red hot. We'll see if you're able to keep that little momentum streak you have going up. But, I mean, right now I would be afraid of the Texans in the playoffs. And they're the 7th seed, so that's definitely scary. Number 10, we got the Chargers. Great win over the Chiefs. Knocked them out of the playoffs. Not quite clinches your playoff spot, but you are right there. So, I mean, if I'm a Chargers fan, I am, rejoiced. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. Not a very great game by you offensively, but defensively, you did your job and you won because of it. 9, we got Duval. The Jaguars up a spot, 10-4, great win. I mean, that's all there needs to be said. You played a bad team and you won. That should have happened. If you would have lost, I mean, there definitely would have been some concerns with what I would be talking about. But you didn't lose. You won. So congrats. Great job. And yeah. Number 8, we got the 49ers. I'm just going to kind of skip through these teams. 49ers, great win. You beat the Titans. Not saying a whole lot, though. 7, we got the Packers. This is a team we're actually going to talk about. 9-4-1, down 3 spots. You kept it close with the Broncos. You lose by 8 points. The big takeaway from that is obviously the Micah Parsons injury, out for the year with a torn ACL. That's going to be ultimately what makes or breaks your season, I feel like, is this next game against the Bears, how well you do without, him, which we'll see. Obviously, I'm a Packers fan, so I'm hoping for, us to do well regardless, but I do think it's going to be very tough considering, who we're talking about here. Number 6, we got the Bills. Great win over the Bills. Definitely concerning how it took so long, though. I mean, you were leading the whole game, or losing the whole game. You managed to make a comeback. My big concern is obviously 4 quarters of football. You played good for 3 or for 2, but the other 2 lackluster. So we'll see what happens when you guys are asked to play, 4 quarters. Obviously, you can't do that every week. So, yeah. Number 5, we got the Bears. Just a great win again I mean, you played against a bad team, you got the win. That's all that really needs to be said. Tough matchup against Green Bay, where pretty much if you win, I think you do have that division locked up. You're already half a game ahead due to the Packers having a tie, but the Packers do have the tiebreaker. So, on the off chance that you tie, that happens with. But like I said, you're in a good spot. With the division, with the playoffs. If you're able to beat Green Bay, then I think we're in a good spot. Number 4, we got the Patriots. Heartbreaking loss. First half, second half. That's just something that you can't really do and expect to win a football game. If I'm Mike Vrabel, I'm telling the team, Mike, we're running sprints and stuff. Like, this was a horrible loss. Like, everyone thought you were winning. I thought you were winning, and you just crumbled under pressure. I do think you're in a good spot. You still lead the division technically. But, I don't know how tiebreakers work now. But you do have the better record, so just another one you should be fine. You do have some tough matchups with the Ravens still. But we'll see. Number 3, Broncos. Going over the Packers. You won fair and square. It does look injuring, but obviously not going to use that as an excuse. With that being said, you're 11-2, sole best record in the league. To all the Broncos fans, I want to see a statement win and stuff, multiple scores. You sucked, but you were able to turn it around in that second half, and you were able to get the win. So congrats, you definitely deserved a win, and yeah, you have clinched your playoff spot, so we will be seeing you in January. Question is, are you going to be the 1 seed, or are you going to be one and done? That's my big concern. 2 and 3, the Rams and the Seahawks. These are, in my opinion, the consensus top 2 teams. Winner of this game will obviously be the best team in my mind. I do think like I said, the Broncos, they definitely deserve to have their name in the hat as well. Same with the Patriots. We'll see who's able to win this one. Seahawks, your offense is definitely looking more and more shaky as the weeks go on. We'll see if you're able to steer the ship in the right direction. You have not looked great. Rams, great win over the Lions. We'll see how you can do against the Seahawks, though, with pretty much the division, in my opinion, on the line. You're going to have to hope the other team. I don't see them losing another game. Never know until playoffs. So, that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I'll see you guys next time with predictions.